Friends, welcome back. BigDenoPlays, Kingdom Death. And it is time for us to move into Lantern Year 28 or 27 maybe, because we've got Atlas coming up soon. That's what we're going to face. We're going to throw ourselves back into another Limitless King, probably. Lantern Year 27, 28's next year with Atlas, then 29 will splash around in the kiddie pool. Beautiful experience, loving every second. Can't wait to throw myself back into another one straight after this, and I'll talk about that at the end. And I may put together a little episode where I review my feelings and experiences of the Gambler's Chest. What we're going to do, I'm in a bit of a conundrum here, so I've really only got 4, 5 good survivors. So if we lose any of them to the king, we're in a bit of trouble. So we're gonna have to consider maybe not not throwing ourselves into Atlas with our best survivors, but we do have, I think, enough knowledge now about the king to potentially handle it okay. So I've made a few small tweaks to the setup that we've taken. Now I'm actually doing this little shift. It's all happening live on camera. There's no reason for us to actively be deaf when we don't have to. Actually gives us an extra accuracy. So that's good. Dome Buster, going to be wounding on a 5, critting on a 10, and so that's Dobby going to maximum survival thanks to the Lantern armor, as well as being partnered with Neville. So that's good. Neville himself going in, he does have the Lantern, or the Twilight Sword. Don't care, not going to use it. Rowena, we've changed up Rowena not at all. She's got a Royal Shield and the Grand Kingslayer, same as before. And finally, our last one where we have made a change. So Alohomora, taking into play the Seditioner, she has Axe Mastery. And so that's actually pretty awesome. Off the top of my head, I don't actually remember it. I feel like it's one of the best. Oh yeah. When you wound a location that has a thing, you automatically do a critical wound. So crazy stuff. Before we go and face off against the king, there's a couple of little things I wanted to do. The main one is I want to deal myself out some knowledge cards and just see if we get any that are of value. I have Lumi to spend on literally everyone at this point. So I feel most of the ones that we've got on our main champions are really spot on. But yeah, we'll see. Potentially Alohomora, who's got 10 Lumi, will be able to replace Braggart and get some other decent ones. So let's deal out some knowledge cards and see how we go before we head out on our next hunt, which will be against the king, level 3. It's a risk, but I like to live dangerously. So we're dealing 4. Combat Conviction is pretty good. We will not be doing a lot of blocking or deflecting, so almost certainly taking Guardian. Affirmation, that's strong too. 4. Story of the Gloaming. Well, we're not going to take Story of the Gloaming. We will definitely purchase Guardian, I think. As you all know, I am a very big fan of rerolls. That costs 4 Lumi. So if we choose to take Combat Conviction, it replaces Braggart. We're not going to be doing a lot of encouraging. I might spend some Lumi from a few other people. I think I've got about 50 Lumi across the whole group. So I'll spend... Myrtle's got 4 Lumi. So I'm just going to deal 4 more cards and see if we get anything that's of interest. Adrenaline Junkie. Positivity is exactly what we'll take. Tenacity. High Roller. Look how pretty she is. Alohomora already has positivity. Tenacity is not necessary. High Roller, I need 2 more Lumi. Is there a way to give Lumi to someone else? What does the forum let us do? Rigorous study, mentorship, philosophy lecture, group philosophy lecture, ancient wisdom. No, so there's no way for us to contribute to other survivors. I'd love to buy High Roller. I guess we'll just buy Tenacity. It's okay. I mean, it's better than Braggart, which is a negative one, and results in her getting a disorder. Tenacity. Done. Okay, that'll do. Tenacity costs us 4 knowledge. 4 Lumi, rather. That'll do. So let's get into our hunt, etc. We have our 4 survivors that are going, and Cedric is coming out with us as well. Cedric has Sculptor's Apprentice, could potentially go into that, going to lose that one. So let's go. We shall depart. King level 3. It's a risk, but I'm ready, willing to step up to the challenge. Yeah, very much enjoyed this this experience. It's definitely, I think, taken all of the things about Kingdom Death that I was, just a little bit like, oh, this is a little unfortunate, and fix them. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we have to do our shrine roll. So this is departing survivors we have lights in the sky. It's 1 or 2+. We get +1 to all hit locations. We do. And then on this one person will get to do that with everything. So let's just go and make sure we've ticked off everything for all of these people. Alohomora, the Violet Armor Charm, 1, 2. And I think it's going to be her that we give. No, we probably don't need to do her. Dobby gets 1, 2, 3 to all hit locations because of the Lantern Cuirass. Dobby is also not departing with any survival thanks to collectivism. Neville is departing with the most armor, so he will actually go up to max survival. Rowena, she's leaving with nothing from collectivism. And she gets 1, 2, 3 hit locations thanks to the King Royal Shield. This guy gets nothing. We also get our sacrifice. So departing survivors gain 3 insanity, and that is pretty good. 1, 2, 3. That is all of our departing events. I'll just double check because we also have to add 2 armor to the arms hit location on Dobby. Great. Cool. Okay. So finally, I have replaced the hunt hit the basic hunt events with backs that I can't tell anything about. So we are actually now, and even though you can just barely see the top, you literally cannot tell them apart. So finally, I can actually have a hunt phase where I'm not sure what I'm going to draw. There was a part of me that felt like, yeah, I know what I'm drawing because of that back. Like it removed any sense of immersion. We're good. We've departed. King Hunt event. It is Failed Labyrinth. Whoa. Remove yourself from the hunt? Oh, I don't want that to happen. Nominate a survivor to investigate. I will nominate the only one who's not going to do anything in the hunt, and that is Cedric, and he will roll. It's a Lantern 10. Good on you, Cedric. Gain Strange Resource Death Medal. You may snatch a hunk of metal. If you do, on roll 1d10. Do we care if he gets a dismembered arm? We probably don't. We don't really need a death medal though. I suppose it's worthwhile. We'll reach in and grab some death metal. Do we get our hand chopped off by doing that? We do not. What a great plan. Failed Labyrinth. Awesome. Next person down will be Dobby, and we will draw a Dead Warrior. We don't want to get Dead Warrior basic hunt event, so we will just roll 57. Yep, that's perfect. I had no idea what that card was, and that is a good outcome. 57 is not a mask salesman. Gorm's Laughter. Ah. The cackling follows the survivors, tormenting them. When the survivors move onto a space with a token, remove it, and all non-deaf survivors suffer 1 brain event damage. Yucky. 1. I'll just move that 1 across so I remember. Done. Next hunt event. All non-deaf survivors suffer 1 brain event damage. This is an awful one. What's their insanity at? That's not too bad actually. 1. And we move to the next king, and this is the 3rd person down, so Neville. The Impossible Door. We don't have either of those. What a shame. Next one, we suffer insanity. And we flip. This is the 4th person down. Oh, Bone Eaters, a level 2 Bone Eaters. Of course it's this one where I'm worried about facing the fucking king. Let's set up for some Bone Eaters, friends. Stand by. We are set up. Here is what it looks like from the top down. It's pretty amazing. One of our survivors is in this location. That is our champion. They are the survivor with the highest courage. Everyone else is set up along this spot. This spot. We actually need to change Alohomora there. This spot, because Alohomora is a woman. We need a woman with an axe. And my axe. And then our scout will quite happily sit down the end here and stay the hell away from the fight as much as possible. So, everything's set up. We've got 1 new rule, Skull Surgeons. After damage bleed to their basic action and replace all head severed injuries with jugular incision. So, it's just bleed bonanza. Boom, let's have a look. Here we go. Just trying to think about the best way. I'll just keep these over here. Skull Surgeons, I'll keep that here and I'll deal them up to here. So let's just quickly shuffle these decks, which is the Opportunity deck. Boom, the Counter deck. Boom. And last of all, the critical hit deck. Boom. So we're all good to go. So in this showdown, yep, the buffheads go first. So awesome. So this person will be first, the king. And so we'll have a look at, he's not really a king, but we'll have a look at the king's thing. So it's the same as this. They have a +1 damage token at level 2. So this is 2 speed, hitting on a 3+, damage 3. Aiken, bump, 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 for some bacon. How many wounds are they? They are still 2 life. Great. We will surge with Rowena, and she will spend a survival on Neville. And she will attempt to hit with her Grand Kingslayer that hits on a 3+. Not on the king. No, don't need the king. So she hits. We don't have to draw a hit location. So we just roll to wound. They are toughness 9. The weapon is strength 13. That is a devastating wound. We will kill this guy. So it does 2 wounds. We will then spend a survival and a surge on Neville. Surge and a dash. Neville's going to walk to here. Is that Neville? Oh, Neville is in green, Deno. Alohomora needs to be in white, does she? Dobby's in white, yeah. Alohomora's in red. I see what's happening. You moved the wrong one. Green is Neville. Red is Alohomora. We're going to get rid of this guy. It's important that the models reflect who they are on the board, because that helps to eliminate confusion as well, because there's a lot going on. So Neville's running there with his axe. He will swing with the Usurper. He hits on a 6+, but that goes down to a 5+. Sorry, it goes down to a 2+. He'll roll 1 additional hit because he's using his thing. So that hits, no hit locations. He's wounding on a 2+ for both of them. We will use a systemic pressure token from his own Guardian to re-roll. So he does 2 wounds and kills that one. There is no need for us to worry about that systemic pressure token, because we, at the end of this showdown, we'll lose all tokens and then we'll move back into the next one. Everyone's actually got survival, so it's not a problem because of arrival bonuses. So he'll spend 2 survival. Actually, let's actually apply arrival bonuses, because yeah, Dobby, dash surge, move to here, swing with the Dome Buster. That's a hit. That's a wound. It does 2 wounds because of surpass, and we will spend a survival on Alohomora to dash and surge. Yep. I'm just trying to decide if that's worthwhile. I mean, at this point, she can take 1 hit. Yeah, we're not going to spend that survival. We're going to let the hit go through. So everyone goes. So they're hitting on Rowena. She's evasion 8. So this 3+ goes to 11+. 6 and a 9, no hits. It's then our turn. Rowena will have an attack. She hits on a 5. She kills him. Less than exciting for the amount of setup that I did. But they are only level 2. I imagine at level 4 they're a little scarier. Let's go over here. I would implement a rule that if you draw the Bone Eater's card, you play the level that you're at, but I don't know. Rewards. Roll 1d10 for each Bone Eater. We get to carve a random resource on a 7. So 1, no, 2, no, 3, yes, 4, no. So 1 random basic resource. And on a 10 plus, no one rolled a 10, we do get a Royal Scalpel. Limit once per campaign, and we gain a Shawl of Determination rare gear. Let's have a look in that, see if that's worthwhile. Fun, fun, fun. Shawl of Determination. There it is. While all gear in your bone keyword gain a monster level insanity. It's okay, I suppose, but probably not going to be wearing a lot of bone armor from here on out. I think I'll grab that out. We keep on moving and we keep on singing. Does anyone have Dreamless? Dreamer? No, 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 no. Great. That was fun. We'll go back to our hunt page. We'll move to this one. Everyone will gain a insanity. And we'll draw this one, Silent Landscape. All survivors suffer 2 brain event damage. Come on, man, stop it. Stop it. Oh, it's punishing. Nominated survivor. We'll choose our stupid scout again. He rolls a 4. Gain 2 bleeding tokens and a nightmare tick. Vermin resource coming up. Permanent evasion on a 6 plus. Why not? Why not have a risk at it? Have a crack. We're gonna be hunting an antelope next year, so we can actually use the cooking recipes. That'll do for that one. Overwhelming darkness. Everyone gains a brain event damage. We are going into this fight with not enough insanity. Rubbish. Overwhelming darkness. Top down. Number 1 is a 2. That's -1 accuracy token, I think. Should know this by now. -1 accuracy. Very good. Dobby. An 8. 1 event damage to the arms for the Dobster. Neville. Neville's a 5. Everyone gains a survival and a -1 evasion token. We will give Alo Homora, doesn't need it. The only person who is value out of that is Cedric. Rowena, 4. Everyone gains a survival. Cedric. And Cedric himself, a 5. Everyone gains a survival. We're going to ignore all those accuracy tokens. We're going to go to here. We're going to suffer another insanity. I'm going to flip this. Sword in the stone. Do we need Excalibur? Who's got sword proficiency? Rowena has sword proficiency. Do we want to get it? No, we'll just send Cedric the chump in again. Oh, he rolls a 1. Don't die on me, Cedric. Cedric's using his lifetime reroll, I guess. It's a 6. Nothing happens. Sword in the stone nearly killed us. That's a bit annoying. Another hunt event. Come on. The one time I want to fucking start the showdown early and we don't draw one of the cards that lets us do it. Causeway. If the event revealer has 3 plus courage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Neville does not have 3 courage. Random hunt event. 57. Gorm's Laughter. Again, great. 2 event damage from this one. Oh, actually, it doesn't say add a second token, does it? Yeah. I'm only going to take 1. Another one of these. We get a random event. Been a not good hunt. 70. Tomb of Excellence. Well, that's a good one at least. A 10 plus is here. The event revealer investigates and rolls a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Rowena Ravenclaw. Please roll a 10 or at least a 6 plus. Oh, that's a good thing to happen. Each survivor gains +1 understanding. If the settlement has pictographs, they find information about their quarry. At the start of the showdown, they may place the monster's trap at the bottom of the deck. Get that into you stupid idiot. Oh, it's all worthwhile. It's all worthwhile. Do we have enough courage to continue? I do not think we do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Event revealer suffers 3 brain event damage. We must roll twice on the hunt event table. It's a wonderful, wonderful hunt phase. 9. Don't know what 9 is off the top of my head. At least it's not 10. Golden Light. The event revealer is compelled to investigate. They gain 1 courage. Yep. And roll 1d10. There's not really many good outcomes here, but a 4. Suffer monster level event damage to a random hit location to the body. And then our next hunt event is 78. Oh my god. The Dead Great Game Hunter. The event revealer may investigate. They gain 1 courage and roll 1d10. We don't need a dismembered arm. We don't care about it. Yep. No, there's nothing. There's no value there. Roll again on the hunt event board. 91. Oh, that's a good one. The Beginning. Each survivor gains 1 survival. The Beginning. And if the settlement has Saga, each survivor gains 1 courage. Aloha Mora achieve bold, Dobby achieve bold. Wonderful. And if the settlement has Storytelling, each survivor gains +1 understanding. Let's roll some bold and then we start the showdown. Bold, hunt phase triumph, we are prepared. And so our preparation has led us to this moment. So Aloha Mora is going to get +1 permanent movement. Oh my god. What is happening in this hunt phase? Far out. Dobby is going to get +1 understanding. That's it. We made it to the hunt. It's a terrible turn of events. Is everyone still insane or not? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no for Rowena. Someone has an ability that is let everyone take their... Oh, Death King armor. Got to remember the kinetic discharge. Who has analyze, shield mastery? No. Felt like someone had an ability that let them set everyone's insanity to theirs. May have been someone else. Anyway, guess what? We'll apply a rival bonus. Oh, we can't apply rival bonuses again. All right, well, you go to max. You go to max. You're at max. You're at max. You're not getting any benefit, but that's it. I'm going to go set up this showdown, friends. It's going to be great. All right, friends, we have set ourselves up for the king. We just have to flip ourselves out some terrain. The glowing waypoint and the hidden face are there. So we will shuffle some terrain cards and we will flip them and we get, I'd love to see a dead monster here. I'd love to see a dead monster. We get acanthus plants, rubbish. And we get debris, rubbish. We will place them out so that we potentially have something to stand on in case of the current card coming into play. Debris, there it is. Now, let's shuffle this hit location deck. Actually, let's get Big Bang out of here. There it is. You go on the bottom. That's a great flip. I am very happy with that flip. The trap is on the bottom. Wonderful. We'll shuffle these. We'll scroll up. We will just make sure we've got everything right. So 2 speed, or 2 damage, 2 toughness, 2 speed, toughness 25, indomitable, King's Presence, synthesis, current, ghost geometry, zone of hush. All right, I think I'm good. So we will commence the showdown. Here he is, the king. Arrival. We gain an evasion token. I do need that, just in case. And then I feel like we're good. All right. So start of the turn. If the monsters, all energy cards are in play, draw AI card. So a Resonance Pulse. When Resonance Pulse comes into play, all survivors that are not hushed lose 5 survival. So we'll just do everyone because the only person who's hushed is Neville. So we'll just go manage departing survivors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Neville, he's sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When the monster cannot perform an AI because of its energy requirement, perform it anyway, then discard this card. Well, that seems like it's in play for a while. So we'll now draw his actual AI card. So that was the full power AI. And then we'll draw this one, Royal Tax. It's actually not that punishing when all these energy cards are actually already out. A random survivor in the monster's facing gains permanently hushed. That feels like not a bad penalty. The torment doesn't really worry me. So let's, yeah, I'm actually okay with someone getting hushed at this point. And then at this point we may actually use the A cheeky knockdown tech. Or do we hold? All right, so a random survivor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6. So Dobby is permanently hushed. Let's see if Scribe Guy has got it under abilities. Does not. Hush. And a Torment. Still a +1 overall on our Brain Trauma rolls. Draw all Monster Energy cards remaining 1 by 1. Archive Royal Tax. So that is gone from the game. Just put that there at this point. And then we'll draw an AI card. Photo Lantern Synthesis. Four hits for 4 damage each and knockback 6. Draw another AI card. How many lantern keywords do we have? We have 0 lantern keywords. A random survivor suffers 4 hits for 4 damage each and knockback 6. I feel like I don't really want to dash and surge and just to knock him down when that's that's not actually the worst outcome. So draw an AI. All right, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's Alohomora, which is wonderful. Exactly the one I would have chosen, should I have been able to do that. 4 hits. So the first hit is discarded because we're insane, and that is done. Then 3 hits for 4 damage each. Now she has nothing. So 4, 4, 4. Knockback 6. Draw an AI card. Stone Creation, the closest survivor. So we get to choose who that is. Perform Ghost Geometry. Place a Royal Causeway. Whoa, awesome. Survives in the creation zone, suffer 7 hits for 4 damage and knockback 7. So at this point, we may move over to Dobby, who has leprosy. So he's only going to suffer 3 damage on each hit. Yeah, all right, so Dobby's going to spend his survival. He's going to surge. And he's going to block 2. So we're then going to go here. No, Ghost Geometry, we'll go here. And it's 7 hits for 4 damage and knockback 7. So 7 hits. 2, 3, 4. We deflect 2 of those hits, or block rather, 2 of those hits. When he blocks, he's got Combat Conviction. So he's going to gain 1d5 Insanity, which is 5, and 3, which is 2, so that's 7 Insanity. Combat Conviction continues to go up in my estimation. All right, these are worth 3 apiece. So head, head, waist, waist, body, body. Knockback is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place a Royal Causeway terrain tile where each survivor stood before knockback. I have not even looked at a Royal Causeway card. What does it look like? looks like this. Cool. That is finally the monster's turn. But I think that was the right thing to hold our ace in the hole. So let's think about who we want first. All right, I think the person we want first is Rowena. So she is going to advance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She is in the rear, so she is hushed. And she will have a swing with the Grand King Slayer. Thanks to her accuracy buff, it hits on a 2+. She rolls a 1. This is our first Guardian reroll, I think. Who is that from? Neville. Cedric does not have it. Dobby. No, Alohomora. Let's go with Neville. So Neville will use a Guardian reroll. And we hit on a 6. 1 systemic pressure for Neville. Cool, so we flip a hit location. And we flip. Missed. Oh, I would have loved it to have been super dense on my my Seditioner. If you wound a super dense, archive it and inflict an additional wound, the monster is knocked down. That would have been so good. Okay, so toughness of the monster is 25, and Rowena is plugging away with strength 19. So we're looking for a 6. I don't really want to waste a Guardian reroll. It's a 7. Boom. It's a wound. Draw an energy card if the attacker is not hushed. So that's a wound. And because of the Grand Kingslayer, it's a 2nd wound. We will spend a survival to surge on Rowena. That also puts up 2 deflect onto the Royal Shield, which is very nice. She rolls a 4, that's a hit, and it is... Oh, perform basic action targeting the attacker. Let's see if we wound. It's an 8, that's a wound. So we're going to have a basic action targeting the attacker, but we'll do 1, 2. The King's Presence was irrelevant at this turn. Everyone's knocked down, but we stand up thanks to Fist and Tooth proficiency. Cool, so he's going to turn to face her. The basic action. This is the one we want to be targeting. So speed 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hitting on a 2+, goes to 10, goes back down to 8. We have 2 deflect up in play. 1, 2, 3. That's very annoying. It's 4 damage, which goes up to 6. 6 damage to the waist. She has unyielding, so it goes down to 5 damage. That's it. 5 to the waist. His turn over. We absolutely know for a concrete fact that the trap is not in play at this point in time. We're just going to put this guy in the stone face because there's literally no Guardian rerolls, nothing that we need to get from it. So let's do the Seditioner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the rear. So currently, the only person that is not hushed is Dobby. Seditioner, 1 speed, hitting on a 6+. However, Alohomora has accuracy 2, so that goes to a 4+, which goes to a 3+. We roll a 4, we hit. Super dense. Yeah, super dense. Oh my god, this is mad. Madness! Super dense. Stone stem. So what does this say? Seditioner. When you wound a super dense location, archive it and inflict an additional wound. The monster is knocked down. we'll take that. That's an 8 plus 17 plus 5. That is a wound. So the monster's knocked down, so we cancel the reaction. We archive that. So let's put that over here. We do 2 wounds, 1, 2 from Seditioner, and that is the end of the attack. Now the monster is currently knocked down, so this may be a time for Dobby to go in. So has Dobby already dashed? He has already surged. Okay. Well, in that case, there's nothing. There's no reason to do it. So that's it. End of his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1 is a dash. Unless Dobby speed 6? No. Too good to be true. Dash. Swinging with the Dome Buster. Hitting on a 2+. That's a hit. And we roll the Realm Keeper's Face. This could be an opportunity for us to play around with the Kingdom Death location. We have not yet done that. There's that cool armory location in there. So let's see if we can get that happening. It's not knocked down, so it is a reflex. So Dome Buster. We have Sharp thanks to the Lantern set. Gear grids in your armor like again Sharp. And the Dome Buster's 20. So for us to do 2 wounds on this, we would need to roll a 10, thanks to Surpass, and yellow will be the crit dice. Oh, don't mind if I do. 1, 2. Your attack gains a -1 accuracy token and is knocked down again, so another reaction cancelled. We can't surge. So that is the end of his turn. There's no way for Neville to get there in time. So Neville will dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Neville has dashed. Boom. Do we wish to... Yeah, so he's going to swing with the Death King Gauntlets. That will put up a block, a deflect rather for him. So hitting on a 6+, which is down to 3+, with Neville, 4 and a 7, and then before hit locations we can roll an extra dice, 5s. That's 3 hits for Neville. 1, 2, 3. We get Inflorescence, Stone Infants, and Inflorescence. Great. So I'll pop those here. Just shuffle these bad boys. We draw 2 of these. 1, 2. Shame I didn't get sucked into Kingdom Death there. What does this say? Inflorescence. Random Labyrinth. Then roll to wound that location instead. So we get Lux, Miseralexia, and the Fingernail Castle. Lux and the Fingernail Castle. Done. I'll put them there. We have a wound location. All survivors suffer 4 damage to the head hit location. That's awful. All survivors in the monster's field of view suffer 2 brain damage. Yucky. This weapon has, if you would be knocked down by an adjacent monster. We can't do anything about this to surge and knock him down before these things happen. Maybe we can with the Seditioner. Depends if there's a super dense location or not. Alright, well let's roll to wound this one anyway. That's a 1. Is this axe sharp? No, but thanks to axe proficiency, we get to reroll a failed wound attempt. We are looking for a 5, so that's a wound. And he still has his reroll tokens. We'll attempt to wound this one. That is an 8. Do we... It's 5 brain damage from that. I don't really like that. So we'll do the wound. Your brain swells. All survivors suffer 4 damage to the head hit location. So, it's a wound. Boom. before I forget, Alohomora was supposed to regain 5. So she'll then suffer 4 to the head location. That was at the start of her act. Thanks to that. She'll spend 3 survival tokens to get herself up to 16, sure. So 4 damage to the head location. Neville, 4 damage to the head location. However, he has unyielding. No, unyielding doesn't help. If you have a leprosy, you're in good shape. Whenever you suffer damage to your head location, you are knocked down. So Rowena is knocked down. Sedgwick is not on the board. So who had leprosy? Alohomora. No leprosy. Must have been Dobby. Dobby is leprotic, so he'll just gain 1 of those back. And that'll do. Now, to wound this one, Neville, my man. So reflex, that's a 1. So we'll spend our reroll token for this one. That's a critical, Lantern 10. So we get our reroll token back. We do a wound. And this says sudden ache, blah, 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 blah. All survivors in the monster's field of view suffer 5 brain event damage. So that'd be Neville and Rowena. So Rowena has no torment, so she's probably okay on that front. She has not done any deflecting. She didn't roll a critical hit, perfect hit. She is knocked down. I think it's probably worth us having a swing with the Seditioner before this triggers, just on the off chance that we do jank a super dense. Surge with the Alohomora, swinging with the Seditioner, hits on a 9. There's no critical hit location, so... sorry, there is a critical hit location. Alohomora does have luck, so she did just critical, which doesn't do anything. It's not a super dense. Bang, critical, 1 wound from that. So Fingernail Castle Reflex triggers now, so Neville, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. She's going to have to roll on a brain trauma. Whenever you suffer a severe injury, that is not a severe injury, you suffer frenzy brain trauma, but she rolls a 7. I think she's just rolled frenzy anyway, hasn't she? Or danger seizure. 7 goes to 9. New perspective, you are knocked down and gain 1d10 insanity. Wonderful roll. Could have been better than that, but you've done a great job anyway, Rowena. That is the end of the survivor's turn. Now, at this point, we have a really tough decision to make. Do we stand up with Rowena? Because we do want her to be the target of the attacks because she has a deflect up. Yep, we will stand up with Rowena. Start of the monster's turn, Fist and Tooth, Mastery. So we draw an AI card thanks to all of the energy cards being in play. It's Creation Spark, it's the closest threat in facing, so we've made a great decision here. There is current 3, but let's see if we have to... only person who would be in range is him. I feel like this is one that we're probably going to be fine. So Rowena, 8 evasion. Old mate hits on a 8 plus, sorry, hits on a 10 thanks to the 8 evasion. Back down to 9, 8 thanks to his 2. Oh, 1 accuracy token, 9s. Yeah, we're not doing anything. 9s. Hits twice, both are deflected, so she gains 5 and 2 insanity, so 7 insanity. Great. The deflect is up. Boom, boom. No after damage effects trigger. That one's done. His actual AI card is Metabolic Abaddon. Oh, Survivor with flammable gear. That's unfortunate that our Phoenix placard would be about to get burned. Oh, if a survivor in the combustion zone is wearing flammable gear, they spontaneously combust dead. It's at moments like this that I feel really pleased about my decision to bank Neville's fucking knock the monster down bullshit. Neville's going to surge. And we will spend our Death King Greaves. Show off your King's Coin Bedazzlement. If you're in the monster's field of view, it is knockdown limit once per showdown. Wow. That could have been very, very bad indeed. Okay, it's our turn. Let's... Now that I know that card exists, I'm very nervous about this Phoenix gear. How much armor do we get back? 6. You're fine. So she will swing with the Seditioner in the rear. It's a hit. Alohomora. The Osseous Labyrinth. Critical wound would be great. Yeah, let's see if we critically wound. He is knocked down. When does Indomitable trigger? Whenever the monster attacks or is attacked, it stands at the end of that attack. So the reflex is currently not in play because the monster is knocked down. Great, so we ignore that reflex. 7 is a wound. Take it in the face, my guy. He now stands up at the end of that attack. That is Alohomora done. We will swing again with Alohomora. That's a hit. The hit location is the Majestic Collar. Okay, so this is one we'll have to consider because we could potentially get 2 dudes chomped. Yep, great. Unless we crit here. There's not a persistent injury location, so 2, is that a wound? It is not. Do we just cop that on the chin? I think we do. We do not re-roll that. Dobby in the rear, Dome Buster. Dobby hits on a 3. We get first strike. Cool, we can get sucked into thingy. This is a club. Dobby has no luck. Dobby has 1 luck. Dobby has no luck. Oh, he's got speed 2. Dobby hits twice. Pew. Oh, super dense. Forgot about the speed 2 there. Sharp. Yellow's the crit dice. It's once again a crit. Kane 1 Void Fabric. Dobby is on a tear. 1, 2. And we gain a Void Fabric. Boom. And that's thanks to Surpass. And there's nothing wrong with that one. 7 and 1 is not enough to get Surpass off, but it is a wound. He'll draw an enemy card. I'll draw a wound card, that's fine. So that's Dobby's turn done. He's actually then going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Dobby's done and he has he surged? No, he hasn't surged yet. Surge for Dobby. Dobby. Hits twice. 1, 2. An Inflorescence. It's annoying. the Fire Palace. All right, Dobby, another critical would be lovely. Why not? Just get on a critical tear. Oh my God. Cool. Another 2 wounds. 1, 2, and Fire Palace is ignored. And this one, come on, critical for a 3rd time, Dobby. Oh, it's a 7, so it's a wound. And then the reflex. So before the reflex happens, we will have a swing with Rowena. We will dash with Neville. We will dash with Alohomora. And we will surge with Rowena. So I'll do Alohomora, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Speed 8 is outrageous. We will dash with Neville to there. And we will surge with Rowena. Neville hasn't had a swing yet, has he? No, he hasn't had his turn. Cool, so yep, the surge with the Grand Kingslayer on Rowena. It hits on a 7. So this is still in play. This one is the one she's hitting. We're fine with that outcome, actually. If the result is greater than their understanding, all non-blind survivors and the monsters facing roll 1d10. What is her understanding? 6. We've got a Guardian reroll up our sleeve, so we'll continue the attack. 1d5 brain damage. That's 1. We will roll our attempted wound roll. Critical will be lovely. Sure. Devastating. Boom, boom. You smash the 13th arm. The monster jolts upright, gain 1 majestic arm. If I just keep critting like this, the game's pretty easy actually. So maybe we'll just keep critting. That'd be fun. Now we're going to do ghost geometry. We're going to do it like this. This guy's knocked down, and that's A-OK. Reflective coins. Neville will go. He will swing with the... No, we won't do Neville. We'll do her again. She'll move to there. She'll swing. That's a 1. We will use a systemic pressure reroll token. And that will not be from Neville. That will be from the other person who has it, which is Alohomora. Yep. Boom. Reroll to hit. Another 1. That's annoying. All right, it's going to have to be Neville. I suppose we can hit him on the following swing. Yep. So now Neville swinging with the usurper. Hits twice and then hits a 3rd time. It's a perfect hit. Don't think we got, or do we? No. 1, 2, 3. We still are a decent number of cards away from the trap. Unlikely to happen. Unlikely to happen. Okay with that happening. Because we can surge. So we'll do it in this order with our axe. Now this is the usurper, and Neville has his reroll tokens up his sleeve. So we're looking for a 5 to wound. We'll do this one first. That's a 5, so that's a wound. So that one's gone. We have axe specialist, so we can reroll a failed wound attempt here. So this one, that's a 1, so we use our axe specialist. That's a wound, and it's, not a crit. We need to clear his genitals. It's a wound, 1. And we have 1 left. Reflex. Critical. Oh, I was about to tick over. Reroll token. 7's a wound. Don't get the reroll token back. Does a wound, puts up deflect. We'll spend a survival on Rowena. She has not yet dashed this turn. Fucking hell, man! This has been a rampage. Rampage. So this guy will go 1, 2 to there. This guy will swing to there. Neville will be knocked down thanks to domination. It's our turn. Sorry, it's the monster's turn, so we get all our survival actions back. The monster draws his first AI card. It is this one. Place the king in the center of the board, facing all survivors, or facing the most survivors. Here it is. We will spend a surge. He will stand up. The center of the board is actually there, so she's going to get dash, or she's going to get knocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can stand up as well. Surge with dash with Neville. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dash with Neville at this point, and then swing with the usurper. Hits twice. Do we want to roll another one? I don't think we need to, because we just need to do 1 wound. Tell you what, having the traps not in plays makes for a much less stressful life. This is anything. It's a 5+ to wound. We've got a reroll token. We got systemic pressure. We got a lantern 10. GG, and he's got the scavenger kit. It's also deflect too. That is the best fight we've had against the king easily. We smoked him. No one was in danger of dying there, and that is a really nice feeling. Don't think we did anything wrong. We didn't have the trap. Yeah. 4 basic. 1, 2. Give me a perfect. 3, 4. Nothing. And then 10, 11 monster king resources. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've probably really got to seriously think about making a second king set, don't we? Kinetic discharge. If you have any tokens when you attack, gain 4 strength for the attack. Discard all your tokens when the attack ends. I wonder if that includes reroll tokens and systemic pressure tokens. You would have to think that it does. That's okay. We had Guardian reroll from other people, so. But yeah, that's interesting for the kinetic discharge. What a smashing! I was feeling really nervous going into that fight, and to be fair, if the trap was still in play, that's probably where you really get most of your punishment from him, putting Unbound into play. Awful. Manage departing survivors. Let's just check if we got weapon proficiency does not matter for you. Weapon proficiency does matter for you. Does it matter for Neville? Nope. And does it matter for Rowena? She also got it. Let us return from Showdown. We gain 2 Hunt XP. Neville will ponder Optimism. Returning survivors gain 1, 2 Lumi. We have a scout that survived this turn, so we do get to get the king thing. Returning, 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 returning. So we will do the scout discovery. We will do our settlement event. And yeah, whatever else we need to do. We get a black lichen as well. That's nice. Oh, and we get an indomitable resource. Just for fun, I'm going to take the one that I don't have. Huge death metal ingot. And we gain a regicider. Cool. Velvet Fog is A-OK with the Juice Hunter ability. And Weird Dream. Weird Dream is fine. It's well told. The settlement is inspired and gives 1d5 endeavours. Well told, Deno. You told a wonderful story. Everyone loved it. It was great. Have 1d5 endeavours. Have 4 endeavours. It's wonderful. Well told. Well told, my good man. It doesn't make a lot of sense in the context of a solo game, but I do like the thematic approach that has. I'm really excited about this. So our survivor who just returned, Cedric, he is about to ponder the king's last meal. +2 movement and -2 evasion, and we could lose our vermin belly boots. Or on an 8+, we are about to have the time of our lives. Again, I've got to look up scout discoveries and figure out if they're supposed to happen in the aftermath or in sometime in the settlement phase. I'm not sure. We're going to get the King's Tablet scout gear, and we're going to roll on this table to see if we can get an 8+. Oh, we'll use a lifetime reroll on Cedric. Come on, Cedric! Well, actually, this might not be worth it actually. But if we roll 6+ for number of survivors we get, it's going to be worth it. So the terrain shifts and rumbles. Strange ornate spires erupt from the ground. Roll 1d10, gain that much population. If the result is 6+, they bring new priorities. Gain a second conviction principle. Which one's conviction? And there's no way this is going to get tracked in the app. It's romantic. We'd add romanticism. Maybe I don't use my lifetime reroll. I'm saving romanticism for the next fight. We won't use our lifetime reroll. What does he get? He gets 2. Romantic. How cool. Awesome. Imagine if you had romantic and you got just barbaric. Everyone just gets a strength. Get that up here. Cedric, you gain +2 movement and -2 evasion. And archive your leg armor. The vermin belly boots are dead. That's okay. Good. Good. Don't think we have anything else. There's no story events. No, we're just on to Atlas. We get a weird dream for our settlement event. Well told. The story was well told. I say, good man. Good man. Let's add some stuff to the app. Huge death metal ingot. And we'll have a look at the Regicider pattern card. Is that what it's called? Yep. I think I really liked the Regicider as well. Just keen to... There it is. The Regicider. I think I was pretty keen to make that. 1 huge death metal, 1 pallium and 2 leather. We have all of those requirements. I looked at this last time, didn't I? It was fucking awesome. It's a club or something. Regicider, Grand Club, Heavy, Death Metal, Slow, Savage, Surpass. When this deals more than 1 wound in a single wound attempt, the blow weakens the monster. It gains a -1 toughness token. It's good. I feel like I like the setup that we have already. Yeah, so I think we'll hold fire on building a Regicider just yet. I've really got to decide if I want to make another king set. Or potentially even, another lantern set. Spiral Pauldron, King's Cloth, Stone Infant, King's Cloth, Antique Bangle, Ancient Blade, Pylorix, Heavy Chain, Pallium, King's Collar, Spiral Pauldron, Monster Hide, Monster Broken Lantern, Majestic Arm, Void Fabric, a Death Metal, that's under Strange, Nightmare Tick, Monster Organ, Vermin, Nightmare Tick. We have a Monster Hide, a Monster Organ and a Monster Bone. We're going to archive those, which leaves us with a Hide and a Broken Lantern. We're going to spend one of our endeavours to innovate. And I just probably want to draw Bloodletting so we can clear that Warped Pelvis. Morgue we're not taking. Scarification we're not taking. Memento Mori, Bloodletting. Thank you, Deno. You're wonderful, of course. It's on an 8+ that we need to do that. Bloodletting joins the outstanding number of innovations we have. How many do we have? 40. That's got to be a new record. For me, at any rate. Death Metal Ingot and a Regicider. Fun. I was hoping to get inside the Kingdom of Death in this one and maybe run around. I just kept rolling too many crits, so I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. There is no downside for us to breathing a vein on my friend Neville to clear his warped pelvis. So we will do that, and we'll spend a Broken Lantern. On an 8+, he's going to gain 6 Insanity and clear his warped pelvis. So off you go, Neville. A 4. He gains 3 Insanity. We will then swing again. We'll spend another Broken Lantern. We roll a 9. We clear his warped pelvis, which is great. We gain 6 Insanity, which is also great. We've spent 2 endeavours for the low cost of 2 Broken Lanterns. Perfection. Time for me to have a think about what I want to do. No, let's spend our single black lichen that we just earned that I haven't put in and see if we can roll a 1 on the Gaming Gazebo location. We are going to use a survivor that has a reroll and is ready to die and see if we can roll a 1. Oh, it's a 2. I'm spending a lifetime I don't think it's a 1 or a 2. I'm pretty sure it's just a 1. It is just a 1. Damn. We would go into Rage Pawn, so we'll spend a reroll. It's just going to be one of our absolute junkers. Not Myrtle. Sybil. Come on, Sybil. Oh, 7. Joy of Gaming. We don't need that. We don't need High Roller. Another Joy of Gaming, I guess. Hard. Probably going to sacrifice some of these chumps that give us some insanity on the next Lantern Year. I would really, really, really love one of those Fortune Lantern items. I think that would be fun to play with, but does not look like we're going to have much luck there. Alright, so this Lantern Year we're facing off against Atlas. Look at us go. Let's flip out some knowledge cards. Oh, we had someone who ponders collectivism. Was that Neville? Neville ponders collectivism. Oh, look at that. He's at 14. Good on you, Nev. This is our first level 4 collectivist. Is that right? Is he a collectivist or is he an optimist? Optimist. He's an optimist prime. Autobots, roll out the reality of age. Look at him. Look at Neville. Gain 1 Lumi. Add. Oh my god, that is awesome. Oh. Well, Optimist has some pretty good outcomes on a 9 or a 10. Cheer Captain. The party survives to suffer the frenzy brain trauma twice and ignore bash for the rest of the year. As if you would ever use that. It's an awful ability. I mean, I suppose against the Butcher you might consider it because it's going to happen anyway, right? So just get a leg up on the dickhead. Oh, you are a god. You have never lived and never exerted yourself. This existence is your fantasy. Lose up to 3 hunt XP and gain any 1 knowledge from the knowledge deck. That is awesome. It's a 5. It's the middle result. Oh, it's a worse result. Wonder when his reroll token expires. 5 is gain 1 strength and the knowledge believe in yourself. Let's have a look at believe in yourself. Is it already in the deck? I'm not sure. I doubt it. Optimus! Believe in yourself. If your survival is at the settlement's survival limit, gain 3 evasion tokens, but you are guardless. The old partnership ability, 3 evasion tokens, takes an evasion 6, I suppose. Wow. I might spend a reroll. He's got a reroll token, so yeah, okay, 1. Great. Lose up to 3 hunt XP and gain any 1 knowledge from the knowledge deck. Interestingly, the only thing I wanted there was to lose the 3 hunt XP. He'll just gain unyielding, maybe. Sure. We'll spend an organ and Rowena will gain sword mastery. So that'll be 1 endeavour. Dolores, I suppose we could nightmare train with you, Dolores. That could be fun. There's that ability that I was looking for, call to arms. All right, let's just trundle through what we've got. Trepanning, we don't have any disorders and we can also we've got no broken injuries. We potentially could just use some 8+ syncope rolls to get insanity and remove a disorder. Cooking's no good, practice is no good. Bone beats, battle paints. 1 insanity for a battle paint is no good. Forbidden dance, we've done it a lot. Done our game session. Don't need more death metal, we may need leather. Let's assume we need leather. Let's assume we're doing a sacrifice. Let's assume we're using the shrine. Boom, boom. And Don't need any of those. Don't need any of those. Don't need that. Got enough partners. Don't need a love juice. Doing that. Don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Storytelling. Do we want to do white secret? White speaker? Yeah. Let's do a story time. And we get a 7, which is departing survivors gain 3 insanity. I will grab out story time and put that here. Second from the end. Good work, Deno. Supreme Cuisine, we've used that. We do need to look at scrap scavenge. Okay, so we've got no endeavours that I really desperately need to spend on. So all we need to consider now is what to do with the time that is given to us. So do all who live to see such times, Frodo Baggins. All that is left is for us to decide what to do with the time that is given to us. 1, Blood Dancer. 2, Positivity. 3, let's make it over 1. 4, Dark Impulse. Now, this is interesting. All right, here's an Atlas possibility, right? Here's a possibility that I just want to toss up. We got Dark Impulse. We give Dark Impulse to someone, let's call it Dolores, right? Dolores, with her evasion 4, runs around and kills all 4 survivors in the showdown phase. All of a sudden, Dolores is an absolute fucking powerhouse with accuracy, strength, evasion, and an absolute monumental power going into the final. And what we do is unfortunately, the poor Atlas just doesn't even get to fight because we just run and have a hide using logistics of death. Oh, that's got to be the play, doesn't it? Just for funsies. Let me go and read Logistics of Death. I've not even come close to having a showdown failure. So the Scout. The survivors are defeated, wearing the settlement's most cunning weapons and armour. If the survivors were defeated by a nemesis monster, the recovery team picks over the remains on the outskirts. If the survivors fail to half kill the monster, it rampages through the settlement. That is bad. When do you pick that pink? If the survivors, a recovery team picks over the remains on the outskirts of the settlement. Choose 2 dead survivors and recover their corpses and belongings. So literally, if we roll a 4+, there is no damage to the gear in the settlement. That's got to be the play, doesn't it? Dolores, have you got any good shit? We turn you into the Scout. We give you shields galore. We just take naked survivors in. We murder them all. Dolores becomes an absolute powerhouse. This has got no flaws, doesn't it? On a 4+. I mean, we could lose all the gear that we just made that we spent all that time making, but to make it worthwhile, we need to be getting some luck out of this. So, well, we could kill luck, couldn't we? What happens when you murder luck? Does he die? Does he die or does he... Luck's fortune prevents him dying. If Luck would die, he instead returns the settlement with -1. When Luck departs with an immortal survivor, he gains +1. I mean, we'll take your 1 luck. Thanks, Luck. Oh, I mean, and we obviously take Salazar, right? Just get wrecked. Ah, this feels like a really good play, but it does feel like it's ruining the game a little bit and ruining the Santa Claus showdown. So maybe I don't do that. It would give us 1 more decent survivor though, and we probably need that. Tell you what, I'm going to do it because I think it's really, really fun. So does Dolores have... Oh, Dolores doesn't have enough Lumi to buy it. No. Dark Impulse is 6 Lumi. Who's got 6 Lumi? Rowena's got 6 Lumi. We don't really need to bump her up. She's a fucking weapon already. Got 5 evasion. We'll use Water of Life to clear seizures. For her. It's one of those. If I had more Lumi. So there's another way to do this, right? Which is that I have a baby and make them a homicidalist. And then I just do it that way, which is probably just as easy. And then I can give the homicidalist, I don't know, positivity for rerolls. I'm happy to be killing everyone. Oh, I'm going to think about this. I don't know what to do. I'm going to wait till next Lantern year. So anyway, great. Hope you enjoyed the episode, friends. I had a lot of fun. Next Lantern year, it's Atlas. We'll decide what we're going to do, and we'll have a great time. Whatever happens, I'm sure of it. We'll have a great time. So it's been a ripping campaign. I've had a wonderful time. So. We've got 3 Insanity as we're trudging away. I'll probably use some Bone Beats or Syncope to clear some disorders and gain some Insanity and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got a Shrine and Sacrifice roll, which I'll do at the start of the next Lantern year. But until then, friends, I will see you all in the next Lantern year. Big Deno out.